but we'll see how his swing looks when he gets back in the tournament this week. And I'm going to compare that with some footage of early 2005 Tiger Woods. We're going to make a comparison of the changes in the swing, a little bit of the difference in the finish, and why I think that he may still be fighting those injuries. But we'll see. A lot may have changed in the last few months. We'll have to see how it holds together. Plus, I'll give you my predictions of how I think he'll do in the 2016-2017 series or season. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so let's make some comparisons between 2005 golf swing versus 2016 late, or kind of mid 2016 swing. We'll see how it holds up the rest of the year. I think he's making some good changes with Chris Como. Sorry about that. Making some good changes with Chris Como. I've heard Chris talk quite a bit about the golf swing in general, and very knowledgeable guy. I think he's going to go in the right direction with Chris. Even though he may be a little bit more scientific, I don't think that he's talking with Tiger in necessarily those super scientific ways where they're getting bogged down in details. He's probably helping to free him up and get back to what he knows how to do. So if we go, let's actually start back at address there. Pretty similar to 2005. He's a little bit tilted forward. Definitely got into that more when we were, when he was working with Sean Foley. So you see from the femur, the upper leg, to the spine angle, the overall spine angle, he's a little bit more upright when you're looking back here in 2005. So the exact angles, aren't necessarily that important. Just an overall idea of being a little bit more upright. I think he's going to get a little bit more to this upright type swing, little free-flowing arm swing, like we saw more toward the early 2000s. He's going back more in that direction. As he's going to the top of the swing, stayed in his posture really nice. Not quite as bent over as we would have seen with the Foley swing as much. We're definitely seeing some changes there. Kind of a bit more similar to what we're seeing here. So very similar swing to 2005. Overall, the main difference is just that he's bent forward a little bit more in the newer swing than he was with the older swing. So the overall angle of the body you can see is a bit more upright on the swing on the right. So when you do that, when you get a bit more of an upright swing, you're creating a bigger arc. You're standing taller. Kind of think of a Davis Love III, where you're tall, very long arms throughout the swing. That can help to create a lot of speed. Now as he continues in the downswing, let's go ahead and pause him at impact. Well, actually we'll pause just before impact. This is something that I love that he does. We could talk about this in the move on the website. And what he's doing here is he's going ahead and bowing the left wrist a little bit, cupping the right wrist, and that turns down the face to help square it up a bit more early. So the more you bow your wrist in the downswing, that's going to close the face earlier in the downswing, and then you're not going to have to square up the face as quickly coming through contact. If his left wrist was really cupped, that face was, instead of the face being like this, it was open like that, then he would have to do a lot more squaring later in the swing when things are moving really, really quickly. But I love how he shallowed that out. That's exactly what we go over in what we call the move in the Top Speed golf system. Shallowing out that club, squaring up that face early, and then we're going to see the same thing here in the 2005 swing, where that left wrist nice and bowed at this point, right wrist is cupped, and that face is squaring up early, club going right down the forearm. So camera angles aren't exactly the same, pretty similar position. He may be a little bit flatter in the 2005 swing, which I prefer. I think that's going to get you a little bit cleaner strike on the ball. As he comes through the shot, this is going to be the main difference. Here's why I think he's protecting his back. If we can imagine at the top of the swing, let's just talk overall idea with the body. So the body's tilted forward, the shoulders are rotating around that tilted forward body, and as he comes through, he's keeping that posture. So we can see he's staying in that posture even all the way on to the full finish. You'll notice that he stayed fairly well in his posture as an overall idea. So the spine angle is still tilted to the right. That's going to create a little bit of curvature between the upper and lower body. That's completely normal. If you look at Rory McIlroy, Adam Scott, anybody that you want to pick that's a top PGA Tour player, they're going to have a bit more of that tilt to the right because they're going to be staying in the posture. Now when you're protecting your back, you're going to tend to come out of that a little bit. So as he's coming on through this, he's standing up a little bit earlier out of that posture, and then watch as he makes the full finish. Now he's really leaning his chest over to the left to protect that back. So you see how the upper and lower back are kind of creating a straight line. That's completely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That will make it a little bit easier on the back, but the problem is, when do you start coming out of that? what we find in this part of the swing actually starts earlier in the swing. It actually starts coming up out of it slightly, very, very slightly as you're coming through contact. So you start doing that a little too much early, and all of a sudden your spine angle is changing a little bit, and you can get a little bit wild. So it doesn't seem to be that that big of a deal. You can definitely play some great golf being in a straight up and down position like this, but it's going to be a little bit more consistent being tilted to the right. So with a healthy back, that's not going to hurt at all. Being a little tilted to the right, you're going to see it with pretty much every PGA Tour player out there. When the back is sore, gone through some surgeries, we may see it a little bit more upright. So let's take a look this week and see how that holds up. Is he going to be more upright, or is he going to be a little bit more in the positions that he was as of old? And that'll be a good clue as to how his back is feeling when he's out on the course, whether or not it's 100%. So my predictions for Tiger Woods for 2016-2017 season is that he's going to start out a little slow. He'll put together some good rounds. You know, make no mistake, Tiger Woods is one heck of a golfer. He can figure out a way to play some great golf and to put some good rounds together. I think it's going to take him a little bit of time to put 4 rounds together, but if he can stay healthy with his back, which is a big if, but if he can stay healthy, he's going to rack up some multiple wins in 2017. I know that sounds a little bit crazy considering that he hasn't played very well in the last few years, when he's going to be battling Jason Day, Rory McIlroy, Dustin Johnson, some guys that are playing some good golf. But Tiger Woods is a better golfer than those guys when he's healthy. So he's going to make some wins if he can stay healthy. And may not be the most popular opinion, but those guys can't touch Tiger when he's healthy. When he's playing his best against them playing their best, he's going to win. So we'll see how the back does, and we'll see if it holds together. So good luck to you guys. Hang in there. Hopefully nobody's having some back problems. If you are, it's okay to stand a little bit straighter up in the follow through. It's okay to feel like that you come out of your posture maybe slightly, to feel like you don't put any strain on it. Not the end of the world. As long as we're staying in our posture through contact, that's going to be where it really matters. And let's see how he does this week. I'll see you guys soon. All right, guys, so I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, I got a great bonus for you. I'm going to give you one of my most popular lag videos. We all want some lag so we can rip the ball, whether our favorite player is Tiger Woods, Dustin Johnson, Rory McIlroy, whoever it may be. Those are all fantastic players. They're all unbelievably good golfers. And if we want to get good lag like they are, we need to make sure that we're not making a mistake, a very big lag mistake that happens in the takeaway. So I got a preview of a great lag video. Go ahead and click the link that pops up on your screen if you're on a desktop device. If you're on a mobile device, you'll need to click on the iCard and you'll get instant access. Plus, you're going to get 5 bonus videos from the Top Speed Golf system. So good luck to you guys. I'll see you all in the lag video. Hi guys, and welcome back. I'm Clay Ballard, and in today's video we're going to talk about one of the absolute worst drills for creating lag. It's a very common drill that I see. And in this drill, what we're going to do is we're going to set the wrist very early to create an angle of lag, and then we're going to try to hold this throughout the swing. It's one of the worst things that you can do to build lag. I'm going to talk about the science behind why this is the case, and I'm also going to give you a great drill to help you improve your lag, all in this video. Let's go ahead and get started. If I do it this way versus holding that position, exact same thing happens when we're building lag in the golf swing. So what we want to do is throughout the swing, I want to have a very low and wide takeaway. So I'm not going to set my wrist early at all. If you look at a lot of the top players, you look at Adam Scott, very wide takeaway, not very much wrist set at all. You look at Rory McIlroy, you look at Tiger Woods. All these players are using a wide takeaway and not getting very much wrist set, so that later in the swing, as we start down, we can increase this wrist set, and we're really only going to max out this angle of lag for a split second in the downswing. Okay, so a 3-step drill here. Now, as we get started with this, I want to remind you that the fulcrum in this golf club for getting a massive amount of lag is right at the end of the golf club. This is where I want my hinge point to be.